guys, this is Kenny Barnwell with Peterson's Tuned TV. On this episode, we link up with veteran guitar tech David Graf out on tour with country superstars Rascal Flatts and talk about his use of Peterson Tuners over the decades and how he implements it now into Joe Don Rooney's rig. Then I'll take you across the globe to Landskrona, Sweden, where we hook up with Orvar Windstrom, the owner of LA Rental, the largest backline provider in all of Northern Europe. We'll talk about their use of Peterson Tuners now and some of our latest products. Follow me.
Hi, my name is David Graf, and I'm a guitar tech for currently working with Rascal Flatts, taking for Joe Don Rooney, taking care of his guitars, his rig, his gear in the studio, as well as out here on the road. I've been working with him specifically for the ballpark of 7 years, maybe a little bit longer. I've been touring as a guitar tech or a guitar player for the past, 31 years now. I started when I was 3. No, not really. The common denominator that I've had over my career, and even prior to that, this goes way back into my high school, junior high days, of the Strobe tuner. I remember the orange tuner, the orange Strobe, appearing to spin left and right as we were trying to tune our horns together. But what I have done just over the years, adopted the same tuner. It's not like a lot of the electronic tuners, which they get you in the ballpark. It may be close enough, close enough to go to a bar gig or close enough to just jam with the fellows. But when you're really wanting something specific, when you're setting up a guitar, when you're doing a intonation set on a guitar, if you're building a guitar, man, you need that intonation to be right on. You want your tuning to be right on. When you're recording a record, I've worked on so many records in the studio. I remember working on some stuff with a little rock band from the 70s called the Eagles. I worked with Don Felder real close. I was his tech on the Hell Freezes Over tour. And I remember in the studio one day, he actually had me watching the Strobe tuner, and he said, if that varies left or right, stop the session. He was that meticulous about the bends on his solos and that sort of thing.
The VSR Strobo Rack features Peterson's now legendary virtual strobe tuning technology. With Peterson's 1/10 of a cent accuracy, up to 30 times better than the accuracy of needle and LED tuners, the Strobo Rack is the most accurate rack tuner on the market today. For more information, please visit petersontuners.com.
As you can see, I've got the Strobo Rack by Peterson. Love it. Love this little guy. It saves me from having to tune by ear, which I couldn't do anyway. So thank you, Peterson, for bailing me out of having to do that. It introduces the digital technology of today into the old Strobe technology that has been so good for so many years, over so many decades. And I know that it's used in a lot of other industries, but specifically in mine, I use it to tune guitars. As you can see, I've got it built into my guitar rig here. And here's a reason for that. You see how my guitar rig is off to the side of the stage. I'm in Guitar World, but I've got it actually facing me, but up against the stage. Well, check this out. I'm sitting here in the middle of the show watching him. I can keep my eyes on him the entire time. And I've got it plugged into the tuner. So I'm watching him, but I'm also watching my tuner as I'm tuning up the guitar for the next song. I do guitar changes pretty much every song on this tour. But this is the way I use it out here with the Rascal Flatts. I tune the guitars also in setting the intonation on a guitar. I use it. It's an absolutely priceless tool on the road and in the shop. It does have a lot of features that are used that are available within the Strobe. For example, the sweetening tuning. If I use the sweetener on this, I've noticed in my particular experiences, especially with acoustic guitars, it seems to really make a difference. If I turn on the sweetener, it just makes it's a feel thing. It's like, okay, it sounds in tune, and then whenever you turn the sweetener on and retune it to that, it's like, okay, now it feels in tune. Peterson did something really cool and very helpful. It's the Peterson Strobe app for the iPhone. Who would ever thought I would actually be using my phone to tune guitars or to set intonation on the fly. Okay, so I go out to watch a buddy of mine play a while back, and he's like, I'm having tuning problems, Dave, what do you think? What should I do? And I said, hang on just a second. I pulled out my trusty iPhone with the Peterson Strobe app, and I did a setup on his guitar right there on the at the bar, and he played the rest of the night in tune, and it was great. We all had a great experience and a funny little story to tell about it. Thank you, Peterson, for making such a wonderful tool to use on the road as well as in the shop. I've got the same Strobe rack in the shop. I've got it in my tech rig. I've got it in my guitar rigs. I'm a player too, so I've got it in my own personal guitar rig. I couldn't live without it. I don't know how anybody could. And it's as easy as that.
Featuring Peterson Strobe Tuners' popular StroboSoft tuning application for iOS and Android devices. iStroboSoft offers the unmatched accuracy of a mechanical strobe tuner for the highest degree of precision available in a software tuning application. Plug in and tune your electrics and acoustics quickly and easily with 1/10 of a cent accuracy. For more information, please visit petersontuners.com. Hey, I'm Kenny Barnwell with Peterson Strobe Tuners. This is Tuned TV. I'm sitting here with Orvar Windström in Landskrona, Sweden. I hope I said that right.
That's right.
It's about 15 minutes outside of Helsingborg, Sweden, close to Copenhagen, Denmark, on the coast here. And we're actually here at LA Rentals. Orvar here is the owner of LA Rentals. Tell us a little bit about
actually
LA Rentals.
part co-owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about LA Rentals and what you guys do here in Sweden. In Europe.
We are probably the biggest backline rental company in the Northern Europe, and we're supporting a lot of festivals, a lot of live acts going there, doing their runs through Europe with everything from just a single guitar amp to a whole set of backline, which include like Hammond organs and whatever. But we also have all these tech supplies that we supply, like the Peterson Tuners that we have back here. So
so when a band comes to Europe, they rent gear from you guys, and you guys provide that, so they don't have to fly over with all their own stuff.
No, that's our goal to educate people over there that there's actually a company here in Europe that can provide everything they want, and they can fly sort of light instead of
just carry some guitars with
exactly
them and then have everything that they need. That's fantastic. And so we were talking earlier off camera about Peterson Strobe Tuners, and you were telling me that you initially had learned about Peterson's when?
This must have been back in the 90s, where I got old used I think it was some of the 700 series, which actually didn't work, or maybe it was me that was stupid, but I've finally made it work, and I've used it ever since.
Yeah.
But now I'm more into the new products that we see over here.
Yeah, so I brought a few of our new models that we have, like the Strobo Plus HD and the Stomp Classic. On tour over here, I'm actually kind of going around and showing some of these new products, like the Strobo Clip and the HD and the Stomp Classic, in a live application. And you were telling me that you were really impressed by the HD.
Oh yeah, right now I'm on tour with the band Perry here in Europe, and we're gonna be out for more like 3 weeks more, and we're using the Strobe Classic there over there because of the DIs that's built in, which sounds killer. It's so much better than a regular DI from any other brand, actually. So,
Orvar, what was the first tuner that you actually took out on the road with you personally?
The first tuner I actually had on tour was the the V Sam, actually. That was the first tuner I had on tour with me. And when the V Flip came out, I changed it because it was smaller, better, and fits in my tech box.
Right, yeah. The Strobo Flip definitely was a lot more compact.
And I still have it in my tech box, But now I'm probably going to move over to to the Strobe Plus HD because I think it's a nice format that fits everywhere. It gets USB and it just works fine. And the display is so huge, you can see it everywhere, and it's so easy to tune any instrument at all. You know, it doesn't matter. It's so quick and it just works, and you can sing to it, and it's a response perfectly. It's just amazing.
The Peterson Strobe Plus HD is an ultra-high resolution strobe tuner with our largest illuminated display ever featured in a traditional strobe format. Chromatically tune any instrument confidently to the exacting standards that experienced musicians demand, or use any of the over 90 exclusive sweetened tunings that are developed and optimized for your specific instrument. Use the built-in mic, plug-in, or use a clip-on pickup to tune your instruments quickly with its smooth real-time display, or program your custom tunings using our Peterson Connect online utility. For more information, please visit petersontuners.com. Earlier you were telling me a funny story about a band that you worked with, and that you were using the Strobo Flip, I believe it was, in a pretty unique way.
Oh, actually it was
Could you share that with us?
It was actually the microphone that comes with this Strobe Flip. That's actually, you know, it's made for attached to acoustic instruments with a clip. But I was doing a show with the singer from Faith No More, Mike Patton, his other band Mondo Cane, which where in one of the songs he needed or has to use a gun. And it was actually, can you hand me that gun? It was actually this gun. It's not loaded, but it sounds like this. And when it's loaded, the sound is more or less a little bit higher.
Like a pop gun?
Yeah, pop gun.
Yeah.
So it was not loud enough. So I actually put the microphone clip on this gun through a DI and to a rack with some compression, and we got a magnificent sound of a gun.
That sounded more like a real gun.
And he said this was, you know, he said, this is what I want to use for the rest of the tour. But
wow.
But the gun is still here. So.
And nobody's dead.
Nobody's dead. No.
I'm Kenny with Peterson's Tuned TV.
I'm Orvar Renström from LA Rental, and I hope to see you out there somewhere.
All right, guys, stay tuned.